I won't repeat what I just said. Because we're a family-friendly show.
Family friendly.
Hello. And welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The VSC edition, the most dangerous show of the week.
Sorry, I'm fixated on how the light, like, there's a line right here. Which should move as the sun rises or something. I don't know how it's gonna, anyway.
Well, we turned on the lights this morning when we came in.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is it so dark in here? Oh, the sun is like blaring through the windows.
Yeah, which makes the rest of the shop seem dark in comparison. It's all good. We still love our new shop. It's so pretty.
So pretty.
Get so many compliments on it. It's wonderful. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina, in chilly and sunny Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
It was in the teens when I woke up this morning. Yeah, that does happen in North Carolina, especially in the mountains. But, whew, it's going to get into the 40s today.
Yeah,
I'm sure
almost
people,
50.
I'm sure others will be colder than us, but it's chilly right now for us. So look what we decided to put on sale this week. Can you guess? Oh wait, it's upside down. Ultra Alpaca, because we just got an order in, and we have good stock and new stock, and I'll put new colors up online, and not everything is fully in stock, but it's better than some of the other yarns in the shop right now.
It's true. It's true.
When would you be ready to read stats on this?
I can be ready to read stuff right now.
I'm like, she's really invested in her project now.
I picked up stitches around the collar yesterday afternoon so that I would have it to play with today. And then I got home and realized I didn't pick up the back of the collar right. I picked up every stitch, and it was supposed to be 4 out of 5 stitches across the back. And I was
You mean you don't want a roughly clown collar on the back?
I don't want a roughly clown collar on the back.
Shucks.
I know.
So, just to remind you, so Ultra Alpaca, oh, I shouldn't have put the cord there. Oh, no. What I wanted to remind you of, my brain, okay, is what we're talking about today will be 15% off from the publication of this video to when we film next Wednesday with the code Product of the Week with spaces between the words saves you 15%. And if we do some other kind of crazy sale in the next week, I don't know. Probably won't, but I don't know. You can't combine the codes. Choose the one that saves you the most money. So, and then I was also going to, hang on, as Liz is going to read stats, remind you that so many cords. Where are they? Okay, that's where that's going. So many different needles. What?
Not a thing.
This is the yarn that I'm doing my gold wing, which is on hold while I'm doing Christmas presents. But this is the yarn I'm doing my gold wing out of. So look how pretty it is for color work. Okay, I'll show this again. But stats.
Turn the ball band inside out. Okay, you get 219 yards per 100 grams. It is 50% superfine alpaca and 50% Peruvian wool. That's roving gangs of sheep, since it's not...
But from Peru.
But, yeah. They are recommending a US 8 knitting needles or an H crochet hook. Care instructions, hand wash in cool water, lay flat to dry. They're calling it a worsted, and we are retailing it for $15.75.
15% off with the code Product of the Week with spaces between the words. So, it's a lovely, lovely yarn. There's like a little bit of fuzzy halo to it, but not as much as mohair, because alpaca will make it A, soft, and B, a little fuzzy. But again, still beautiful for color work and cables and all that stuff. It's the best of both worlds in terms of wool gives it structure. So it's conventional wisdom is you don't want to make a sweater out of 100% alpaca because it will stretch, because there's not enough integrity. That it's so soft that it will just stretch out under its own weight. But the wool gives it the integrity to hold the structure of a sweater, where the alpaca will soften up the wool. Like, not everyone will find this ridiculously soft. and it's not as ridiculously soft as 100% alpaca,
Or a merino wool.
but you have to kind of, give and take somewhere. So it's softer than wool for a sweater, but it is better for a sweater than 100% alpaca. So I think it's lovely.
It's my go-to for a sweater. Like, when people are coming in, they're like, I want to make a sweater. And I'm like, what? Wait. And they're like, worsted weight. I'm like, Berroco Ultra Alpaca. And they're like, really? I'm like, it's fun to knit with.
It's got a nice drape.
It has a gorgeous drape.
Because it's soft. It's also on the thinner side of worsted. So it's not going to be like a chunky knit with size 8 needles. It's, check your gauge. We did have someone who crocheted. I'm sorry if I cut you off, by the way. We did have someone who was crocheting little hexagons with both Cascade 220, which is not on sale this week. It's not even online. Haven't gotten there yet. And Berroco Ultra Alpaca, and on the same hook, these came out smaller. So just test your gauge. Always test your gauge if it matters.
The alpaca in the mix is going to change the thickness a bit.
Just a little bit.
Although 219 is pretty much one of our standard 219, 220.
Yeah,
is
anywhere from 200 to 220 is a pretty standard worsted weight.
Friday Harbor is 219.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Friday Harbor
is all wool and silk. Mostly wool and a little bit of silk.
Yeah, and I was gonna say it has a more robust stitch definition, and it feels thicker than this, even though it's the same yardage.
And it's matte. It's a matte finish.
This is fuzzy.
This is
lovely. It's so lovely without being extra mohair fuzzy. Yeah. So anyway, we have a ton of colors. I forget, I did the math on it when I was putting it away in the bins, but I forget how many colors we have.
We have 2 columns of 5 bins, and with 3 in each,
about 3 in each.
4 in the bottom one.
So there's about 2 columns, 5 10 times 3 is about 30 colors or so. And we got 5 new colors from what was online. We are totally out of the mahogany mix. So when they named their colors, they have solids and they have what we would call heathers, but they call them mix on their names. So when you go to use the drop-down menu on our online site, if it says mix, then it is a heathery color. If it doesn't say mix, it's a pretty solid color.
And we pulled some examples of all of that.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. But so just know that for the naming of them. And if with 30 colors potentially in that area of, colors, we couldn't show them all to you today and still open the shop on time. So
we're running a bit late.
Yeah, and I need to go try to get the new colors up online somehow. But we can show you some of them. It's not so much that we're running late. We are running late, and it's my fault. But even so, all 30 colors
would take
which is usually this is a smaller show for us of the week. Yeah. So I'm not going to blame it on me running late.
I'm not. I said we are running late, and then you were like, I am running late. And,
You don't have to take part of the blame when it's...
No. I went out for 3 to 5 and then piddled. And so some of it was me.
I don't think they care about any of this. But anyway, so we were going to show off A, the new 5 colors that we got, and B, some of the naturals, and then C, just we grabbed a few other colors. And we can always talk about the colors in my sweater. So, all right. So, new colors. Let's do that.
We can each get a solid because the rest are all mixes.
You're directing this episode now. Go ahead.
This one is Zephyr, and it's like a pale...
I'm really directing this episode.
We know. Control freak. Anyway, it's almost got like an aqua or teal, but it's a very pale, more on the blue side.
It's like a really, really light aqua.
Yeah.
And with that verging towards blue. It's really pretty. And that's I ordered all of these from Pictures Online, which I want to say were kind of lighter than what came in, just a little. But I was just like, ooh. I tried to find things we didn't have in our palette yet of the Ultra Alpaca, and one of the things we definitely did not have in our colors was purple. And so here's another one of our more solids. This is called Eggplant. And it's between like an eggplant and a royal purple. Mm-hmm. It's really nice. It's a deep, luscious purple, but it's not super dark. Like right now, what's showing up on camera is a little darker than what it is. I think all of these are going to come out that way, and I don't know if I'll have time to like try to manipulate the color in post editing. Yeah. So yeah. Eggplant is really, really pretty if you'd like a more solid, darker purple, which we didn't have before.
Sticking with the purple theme, we have lavender mix.
It's a heather.
It's a heather. And it's got like flecks, it's lavender, but there are flecks of like a fuchsia pink.
I see some gray in there too.
Gray in there. Mm-hmm. It is.
Their heathers have multiple tones. It's not just like light and dark of the same color, kind of like to make it a heather. All right, we have two more, to go in what's in the same bin with that is we didn't have a pink yet. And this pink is like very rustic. It's candy floss mix, so it's a heather. And it's like a light pink, but it's also got some beige and even some kind of like hints of purple in it. Like I need to get the other pink I saw was more of a lighter, potentially lighter solid, and we don't have a solid pink. This
almost looks like a very pale rose.
Mm-hmm. But it's got some hints of purple in it. So if you don't want purple, it is pink, but it's got hints of purple in it. But I think it's absolutely gorgeous. We'll have to expand the palette again, but not for a little while. So
this last new one is Stonewashed Mix, and it's Stonewashed jeans.
Yeah, it's more of the icy blue Stonewash jeans, like the lighter blend of that, right? And so there's little bits of almost a yellowy, beigey something in there, but it's a nice light blue because we didn't really have that yet, and we could go even lighter. But to remind you of other things we had, like the closest thing we had to a purple before was this blueberry mix, and we just got a bunch more of it back in, and it's heathery. It's got like it's a dark blue, like ultramarine blue, but it has little pops of pink and almost like a turquoisey green in it.
Yeah,
it's really pretty. But we, now it'll go gorgeously with all the purples, but we didn't actually have a purple. We just had something that hinted at purple before. And other things that we pulled out color wise, like for solids, navy is awesome. I'm doing navy with natural for my polyrhythm. I hope I finish it someday, but it's doing really great color work with the two solids.
It's a gorgeous navy too.
Yeah, and it's not like a super dark navy, but it's like a light navy. So which is real, and it's really nice.
One of my favorites is the charcoal mix, and it's charcoal gray with lighter flecks. Like,
it's dark charcoal gray. Dark. It's not classic charcoal.
Yeah.
Classic charcoal is the next color up, which we have, and it's not called charcoal. It's called like smoke, or I don't even know what. But like it's
like the anthracite.
It's like the anthracite in the juniper moon. Yeah, it's off black. Yeah. So it's like off black with slightly lighter hints in it. And it's just, if you want to work with something dark but you don't want black because it's hard to see, that's gorgeous. These are all the naturals. Before we go to the naturals, just to remind you of the colors in this that I think we still have plenty of in stock. I am using, this one's Grove Mix, right? And it's kind of like a creamsicle. But it's
Orange Grove.
Yeah,
thought.
but it's got some lighter and darker hints of almost a grapefruity, but the grapefruit mix is like pink grapefruit. So it's got some lighter oranges and slightly darker, and then it's Caribbean Mix, I think, is the other one I'm using, and that's just gorgeously bright teal. It's just it's absolutely wonderful. But they're both heathers, but they do fantastic color work. So and then the other fun one, I think I have them all in one listing, even though this is like a different, I have to order from a different category to get these in. The naturals are undyed. So they're pulling from different sheep, and they might be a little softer.
They're just a hair.
Yeah,
softer.
when you don't have dye in the mix, it can be softer. So we have 4 varieties of this.
One of them is a solid, and the rest are heathered.
Yeah, and they may or may not, like, because they're natural, they're not going to call them mixes. But they have a more heathered quality to them. So let's start with the one that's not as heathered.
This one is spelt.
They're all named after, like, wheat, or not wheat, but, grains. That's what I meant.
And it's like a khaki brown.
It's like the camel almost in the Cascade. Yeah. It's definitely it's a warmer of all of these. It's the warmer one.
And they're all kind of warm in there.
Well, let's stay to that one. They're warm, but these 2 are warmer, and then the other 2 are on the cooler side. They still have a warm quality to them. But this is the next. Like, if we're gonna go from super warm to super cool, that one's the next on the spectrum.
It's farro, and it's like a light milk chocolate, almost.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
like almost a walnut heather. I'm comparing it to Cascade colors, but not quite. Like,
it's a lighter.
It's got a walnutty, something more nutty, shall we say? But there's almost a hint of gray in it. And then this one, like, if we compare the 2, like, these are hard. If I put them together on the shelf, they get confused. But they're different.
One is brown and one is gray.
Yeah. And again, they're all kind of warm. None of them is truly cool. But this is more of a grayer color to it. And this one is called Wild Rice. I actually think if there was, if like the long grain Wild Rice thing, that's darker than this when I think about those. Well, this more looks like, the long grain Wild Rice that I grew up eating as a kid from, like, the Near East company. The rice looked like this, and then there were darker bits in it too. But it's definitely, like, I'm trying to think of almost like sunflower seeds. Yeah, like the lighter part of the husks of sunflower seeds is what I would call, like, equivocate that to. And then the lightest one of the naturals that we have is called sunflower. So, it's definitely a warm gray, and it's the light, like, I suppose, I just called that, like, sunflower seeds.
Well, but that's like the husk, and this is almost like the inside of seeds before you toast them.
There you go. This is going to have a warmer quality to it, though, than our light grays that you might see online.
It's like the Cascade alpacas, where they have that brown undertone.
All of it's going to be more brown. It's not going to be as bleachy and at cold. Yeah. So, but it's so pretty. It's really, really that warm quality to it. And it's soft and yay. So I need to go take pictures of the new ones, and there's room online. Luckily, I don't have to take pictures of everything, because if y'all don't already know, some of you do, some of you don't, our online shop, which has to be linked to our point of sale system, only allows 12 pictures per, like, this is considered a matrix, a one listing, and it'll only give me 12 pictures for 30 colors. And so sometimes that means I have spread it out throughout all 12 pictures, and then I have to redo it when we add more colors in to make sure I only have 12 pictures. I think we only have 9 pictures up right now, because each one has multiples, which is why it's so important to use the drop-down menu to pick the color you want. Clicking on a photo is not going to change, even when there's only one color per photo. Doesn't change what is added to your cart. You really need to use the drop-down menu, or call us if you have questions. But I may, since I have room, I might take 2 pictures and not have all 5 in one picture. I might have 3 and 2. We'll see. Anyway,
you can try out our new photographic area.
What is our photographic area?
My winding station.
Is it? Okay. That's where I usually take pictures, is on the winder, like the block where the winder is. I have no idea what the light is going to be like back there.
Well, you have the light too.
I will go see.
It's gonna be fun.
We have enough time that I might be able to get this done before the shop opens. That's another reason we're gonna, like, wrap this up soon. so I can get this online and get this published, and you can save and you can buy it before someone else does. So, anyway.
I have to show off my dress because I finished a dress last night.
It is so pretty. I haven't even really looked at it yet, so.
Take off those. It's poinsettias, and at the very bottom,
There's lots
it's
of points.
borders.
That's super cute. They're like white and gray poinsettias.
Yeah,
Huh?
and it's like a blue-gray.
Yes, it's very pretty.
It's pretty.
Do you want to twirl for us?
I could twirl, but the back is a different.
Well, you just turn slowly.
The back is a different poinsettia. Same collection.
Well, I gotta move your hair. Is that okay?
This one.
Yeah.
Same collection, different.
That's why you
because
had
I
to.
ran out of.
I think it's cute though.
Yeah.
I like how you put that together. Such a sense of style. The only thing I did is I wore my gingerbread cookie socks.
Yay!
They are, since I'm wearing dresses now, like when I got all of these Christmas socks last year, I was wearing pants and no one ever saw them. And now that I'm in dresses, I'm like, I might as well get all holiday with my
You
socks.
can all holiday in your socks.
They are not hand knit. They are store bought, and I'm not putting in that time and effort on my socks. I'm sorry.
Not
So.
Fair Isling. No.
Gingerbreads on my socks?
No.
But yay! So, yeah, we're over 1,800 subscribers at this point, which is awesome. When we get to 2,000, we'll have some kind of sale. So if you haven't considered subscribing, please do that. Do you want to say your little catchphrase?
Like, subscribe, ring the bell. All the fun stuff.
Yay! Okay, we will see you tomorrow for Dear Becky and Lizzie. If you have questions you want us to pontificate on, I'm going to throw some dollar words in there. Email.
Liz at sundragonartandfiber.com. And we have like one letter
You do?
question that we got yesterday.
I didn't see that.
No.
We got the... Is there a question in with the things?
It's out. Well, we can talk about it. And then I got another email in last night. So, yeah.
So email us, and if we don't get to it this week, we'll get to it next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.